What's up? We're back here at the GSL Code S. Sue coming out victorious, but he's not out of the group just yet.
No, he is not. He's going to have to face a pretty badass player coming out of this next set. It's going to be MarineKing going up against SOS.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is pretty exciting because MarineKing did extremely well during the beta of Part of the Storm. Now,
and, you know, he was one of the first best StarCraft 2 Wings Liberty players.
That is true, yeah. He figured stuff out pretty quickly, and he's immensely talented as far as mechanics go. But he hasn't had as much success since then. He's lost, I think, every match that I've really seen, all the big matches that he's had in Heart of the Storm so far, he has lost. So I don't know how well he's going to do here. Whereas SOS, I look at SOS and the style that he used in the Wings of Liberty as Protoss, and he had so much really cool kind of new age, newfangled builds as Protoss, and I feel like that type of style he was using back then is going to work very well here for him.
Yeah. I got to agree with you there. Well, we're going to be going to this game momentarily. SOS, you might not be as familiar with him as MarineKing, but he's a solid player.
Yeah, he's a very good Protoss. One of my favorites.
MarineKing, one of the fan favorites out here. Famous for getting second place a lot.
Yes, indeed.
A lot. But, you know, he's got amazing unit control, great micro, and, you know, he's one of these guys that does a lot of cool celebratory maneuvers. You know, when he's winning, he's the guy who'll make his units dance. There he is now.
Yeah, and look at that. He's got new frames on
Those
his
are
glasses.
new frames, man.
He was with the white ones before. You know what? I like the red ones better.
I dig the red ones.
The red ones
and
are
you know
better.
what? It goes with the jacket, and if you look at the headphones, there's a red lining there, too.
That's true.
It's all color coordinated.
And you know what? The white ones, maybe I was just sick of the white ones. I don't know, but I like the red ones on them. These are good. This is good.
Those are not lensless, right? Are they lensless?
No, they have lenses in them.
All right.
You can see a little bit of a glare, I think. They better not be lensless. I'm not into that.
You're not into that?
I feel like getting a stick with a V at the end and just poking everyone in his glasses. Because there's so many people.
Did you know
it's
that,
like the style now here.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of, if I had to describe a lot of Seoul fashion, I'd say it's very, a lot of hipster style of dressing out here. Then again, I guess I live in the hipster part of Seoul. I live in Hongdae.
That is true.
But Seoul's one of those fashionable cities, you know?
That's true. It is a pretty fashionable place.
It is. Did you know that if you wear sunglasses that are cheap, they're bad for your eyes? Did you know that?
Yes. You do not want to look through plastic all day.
Yeah, it's actually really bad for you.
You want to look through actual glass.
And also, if you get glasses that are not made properly, like that are not, what is the person that makes lenses on glasses? An ophthalmologist?
Well, I think that has to do with like lenses that have a prescription in them.
Right, but if they're not made well, before they're made, you can just start damaging your eyes. You have to keep upgrading.
It messes up the focal length.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Anyways, enough about glasses on the StarCraft 2 here at the GSL.
A mug of Protoss right there.
Over here in the bottom left, we have the only Protoss player in the group. He is
웅진스타즈 SOS. 웅진스타즈 SOS.
Did you hear that twice, or am I going crazy?
Oh, you're just going crazy. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And in the upper left, we have the only Terran in the group, and he is
MarineKing Prime.
Did I hear that 3 times, or am I going crazy?
All right.
So, oh my God, look at that stacked picture. DRG, MKP, Life, and Nesty.
Picture of Jesus, God, and the Pope all hanging out.
Who's the 4th guy? Life.
Tasteless.
No, the 4th guy is Life. He chills in that company. It's no problem.
Yeah.
And Tasteless.
And Tasteless.
Tasteless
was taking the picture.
All right, so let's talk about this map a little bit, Star Station.
I think it's a great map.
Do you like Star Station?
I like Star Station.
You play Protoss. Do you still like Star Station?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not the best map to play Protoss, but I like the map in general.
Do you have it thumbs up or thumbs down on the ladder?
I'm okay with it.
Do you play it?
Yeah, I play on it.
Wow. Well, what I don't like about it, Tasteless, is the third base is going to be really hard to actually keep.
That's true.
The amount of surface area that they can get around that third base can be pretty frightening at times. So, and if you want to walk up, once you get a slightly bigger army, you can make some chokes. So if you survive long enough, you don't take too much damage, then it becomes a little bit better. But then, of course, your army's a little bit away from the rest of your base for drops and whatnot.
It's true.
Anyways, it's
a fundamental burden on the map. Yeah, absolutely.
Basically, the third base is just not quite situated like third bases that we see on most of the long time maps, where there's a set choke point, and that makes it so that Terran can't get too big a surface area on you, which can be hard for Protoss, especially in the mid game. Yeah. So we'll see how SOS deals with that, because he's a very smart Protoss.
Look at that Reaper. Look at those shoulder pads, man.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he could check somebody, over a small barrier on a hockey rink.
He totally could.
I think
he would
so.
melt the hockey, though, with his little flames that come out of his boots.
By the way, did you hear this thing that by numbers, apparently StarCraft 2 has more viewers than NHL?
Yeah, I read that article.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I was actually no. I found that out last night. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm like making that up that I read that article. No, I found that out last night because I was with Jeff, director of Sons of Starcraft, and he read that. He told me. And by the way, this.
So he's killed 3 probes with a Reaper Scout. This is not a good scenario.
Well, the Reaper's there to scout, not to do damage to the probes. But if you do that damage, it's like, all right, I'll take that. I guess I'll get a little bit more ahead.
That's very rough to lose 3 probes. But he got such a quick Nexus up. That'll make up for some of it. So it's not like a game ender. But I'm sorry, what were you saying, Taste? I was just
we talked about last night. I was with Jeff, the director of Sons of Starcraft.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how you just read that. I forget where, but yeah, that with StarCraft 2 is bigger than the NHL.
Yeah. And you know what? I actually have absolutely nothing against hockey. I actually think it's a pretty cool sport.
Well, hockey is one of the cooler sports. When you actually accept the fact that it is a bunch of badass dudes with blades on their feet on ice, which is cold and hurts to fall on, and they got sticks, and they hit pucks in the nets.
I also heard something immensely cool about NHL culture, which is that you can't showboat too much. And this is one of the reasons why people think that it might not be as big as some of the other sports. You can't showboat too much. You maybe like a little fist pump once you score a goal, but it's like a team effort, and you're not supposed to really showboat because there's a lot of respect. Apparently, this is what I was told.
Really?
By a hockey fan, and if you show too much of that, people will there's like a very negative vibe about it. So there's no gigantic star that goes out of his way MC to dance or something.
That's interesting.
It's cool because it's kind of like a very mutual respect-based thing, and I totally
that's
totally
really interesting.
That. Yeah,
although I gotta admit, I do like showboating in StarCraft.
Oh no, I really like it, but I can absolutely respect something.
Well, it's interesting. You see the cultures behind some stuff. He's gonna lose his sentry. This is so bad.
No, I don't know.
What?
No, that's not a StarCraft 1 Wings of Liberty Reaper.
StarCraft 2 1 Wings of Liberty.
StarCraft 2-1. This is a StarCraft 2-2 Reaper. But yeah, enough talk about.
I guess I haven't had enough battles with my sentries against one Reaper. I didn't know.
In Wings of Liberty, it would have just slaughtered them. But that reduced damage against light. It's sentry does a lot better.
I'm not gonna lie, man. When I think about Reapers doing damage, I don't think about it to other units beyond workers.
Yeah,
All
right, so this game is looking pretty normal overall. We do have that +1 armor on the way for SOS. He did get his tech up rather quickly this game, and I wonder what is that going to be? Oh, a Dark Shrine. Very interesting.
Yeah.
That's a nice, quick Dark Shrine. And we'll have to see exactly what he wants to get done with that, because you have to be careful if you go for Dark Shrine. If it ends up not working out, a lot of times you're left with a very vanilla type of army, but it looks like his actual build that he's doing here, now that I'm really looking closely at it and not talking about hockey anymore, is in fact a variation of Tails' DT drop build.
Yeah, which we saw a little bit of yesterday.
Yeah, it's a very strong type of build, and you can be very greedy because of the Mothership Core. And he has done so. You know, he's got good set of probes. He's getting his gateways in good timing. I'm actually really liking this variation of it, in fact, I have to say. But he's got to be careful because the army that MarineKing has, without any doubt, is a much stronger army.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's got a little bit more muscle to it. So he's going to send this Warp Prism up. And this could go either way, actually, because MarineKing might be able to just get into the front of the Protoss space and just kill him here. But it depends a lot on how MarineKing reacts.
And will there be any scans? It looks like he has a scan there on the main command center right now.
Oh, this is so nicely
He's
placed.
only working
Look at
that. Okay, and he actually just used that scan.
This is not good right now.
Now, in the meantime, this attack incoming, this can be very scary, Tasteless. There goes down the stem, and good force fields going off. But the thing is, this is a lot of damage output, and it looks like he's going to lose that Nexus.
Really nicely done. He might just continue to attack forward here. That is huge. Now, he didn't kill really any workers here. He just got the Nexus, but, I mean, there's no force field at the ramp. You know, the other thing is that Stim Marines can actually just keep being microed.
Yeah. And, you know, what I really like about what we've seen here from MKP is he's not afraid of the Nexus Cannon. He realizes I have medevacs in these many units. Nexus Cannon not really as powerful now.
Yeah, exactly. And now he's going to go back here and clean up this 1 DT, which definitely did the damage it needed to do, but, man.
Well, there's another one in there. He's building a turret as well. But, you know, with SOS losing that Nexus, look at the supply differential here, 52 to 81. And even with this DT still doing a lot of damage, I don't know, man. It's pretty tough to play one base Protoss when your opponent is going to be able to start dropping mules again.
Right.
And has the medevacs, has Stim, has good production.
Especially with the mules, that's one benefit the Terran have is that even if they, no matter what, they're going to have this super worker that does mine a lot. So even if they take a heavy blow like that, and I love, by the way, that factory there on the
really cool.
that landed there. That's just one of those things that's going to let you get a little bit farther ahead, and we're going to have a scan in a second. There it is.
And, you know, that is another good thing. If you kill SCVs and you have DTs in their base, they're not going to be able to drop many mules at all. So, you know, one of the big problems, though, is that there's a similar SCV to probe count, and he does have 2 mining locations as opposed to 1 with a long-distance mining from SOS. So, still a tough spot for him to be in, and no splash damage yet available.
He might actually just go kill SOS in a second.
He might, yeah.
He might actually just...
I could see that happening.
He might let the Nexus finish and then just go attack again and win.
Yeah, this army with good micro, when, of course,
with MarineKing micro?
Yeah, what are you supposed to do without any splash damage whatsoever? He has no sentries. He literally has 7 Zalts with charge and +1 armor. And a handful of DTs. So as long as he has some scans... Oh, man. This is going to be a little bit brutal, I
mean, I like what SOS is doing, but MarineKing's handling this correctly. He's not going back and defending right now. I mean, he has enough production facilities. He could just crank all these units. Nice micro. Jesus.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Well, here comes this attack. That Nexus is gone. Well,
see you in Nexus hell.
That Nexus wasn't even born yet, Tasteless. That's not very nice.
That's true. Sorry. Oh, he's making him dance.
Oh, well.
This is how I showboat. Well, I think this is pretty much it, guys. I don't know if he can really stop that. He keeps warping the units in over here, but that does not seem to be phasing MarineKing whatsoever.
Yeah, this is... He doesnite really care. MarineKing knows that he just has too much. He can micro these units so well, and in fact, he's just going to right-click on that Nexus, and that's going to work easily.
Yeah, nice. Kiting backwards. GG.
Pretty one-sided there.
Yeah, took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, very one-sided.
MarineKing did a very standard type of opening, and, you know, I think he didn't know the DT drop was coming, but he hit with his stim timing quick enough that nothing really mattered. He just had too much damage output, and that's something that you have to be very careful about. If you're trying the DT drop, if they move in quickly with stim, you have so few units that it just it can be rough.
Well, I'm curious to see what map SOS is going to pick. That was a pretty straightforward game. There's really not a lot to talk about with that. MarineKing was playing better in every possible way. That is one of the problems with the DT strat like that.
Yeah.
Is that there is a window of instability where the Protoss really isn't safe, but
Yeah.
the Terrans don't always attack that, and MarineKing just happened to be pushing out at that moment.
You have so few units at that exact moment. Like right when the DT warping is happening, like that, there's like 2 minutes around there where it's a little bit scary.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a few seconds before and then a minute and some change after that. It's just this grayish area where you don't have a lot, you really don't want them to attack. You know, I'm not sure exactly how the build is going to evolve because of that, but we'll see.
We will see. The map he's chosen to have is Belshire Vestige. This is one of our more seasoned maps here.
Yeah.
It's not one of our brand spanking new maps.
Yeah, it's not a terrible choice. It's definitely a map that you can use that type of DT drop on. The Nexus covers that natural ramp so well.
Yeah.
So that's an important thing. You can really get very greedy on this map because of that with a quick Mothership Core. You know, I kind of expect for MarineKing to once again go for a quick Reaper, just because if you do one of these super greedy, like only get the Mothership Core builds, you can get in there and sometimes even kill probes, like we saw from MKPP4.
Well, the game is loading up, so it's time to see if SOS is going to get knocked out here. If we're going to go to game number 3, I'm Tasis. With me is Artosis. We're here in the new Gangnam studio at Samsung Station, bringing you Group C of the GSL Code S.